This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Hello and welcome to News Tonight on Ndtv-Hindu. I'm Ramanath, and tonight on News Tonight we focus on the so-called pro-Tamil protests which have been happening across the state in the past few weeks. Most of the protests spearheaded by outfits building political pressure for the quick resettlement of Tamils in Sri Lanka and for justice against alleged war crimes. But are these protests, some against select actors and corporate houses, now going overboard? That's what we are asking tonight, but we also have the other top stories and analysis which will bring you first. Let's now have a look at the top headlines. The Prime Minister writes to Karunanidhi over Lanka, promises that an MEA senior official would visit Lanka soon. Confusion prevails as Justice Govindarajan says no decision on the school fee structure after meeting the Chief Minister. Top sources in the police say they know the complete truth now behind the fake marksheet scam. Commuters beware of the self-proclaimed king of the road. MTC drivers admit they are forced to break rules but never apply brakes. Whether to keep or to burn or to the garbage, Perungudi fumes over dumping yard. On day one of the second test of Colombo, the Sri Lankans piled up 312 runs. Taranga and Sangakkara steady with the innings. Well, those were our top stories. Now let's have a look at the top national stories. A shot in the arm for the CBI. Former cop and Sohrabuddin case accused NK Amin decides to turn approver. Court allows Shah's judicial interrogation. The Prime Minister denies the centre has a role in arresting Amit Shah. The BJP questions why the YSR government in Andhra was not inspired.
Sohrabuddin case is a Supreme Court directed investigation. The central government has no hand in it.
One of the biggest intelligence leaks ever embarrasses Pakistan, and America reveals ISI's role in supporting Taliban and a plot to assassinate Karzai. 11 years after the Kargil war, soldiers who lost their lives are remembered on Kargil Divas at Amar Jyoti. Well, news just coming in a letter to Chief Minister Karunanidhi, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh has said that he would send a senior official from the Ministry of External Affairs to Sri Lanka to assess the situation of Sri Lankan Tamils in the war-affected regions of North and East. Replying to Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi's letter on July 17th, which urged the Prime Minister to send an Indian delegation to assess the real situation of Tamils in the war-hit North and the island country, Prime Minister assured that a senior official would be sent to Sri Lanka. Manmohan Singh said that the senior official from the Ministry of External Affairs would meet the Indian High Commissioner at Colombo and other local authorities to assess the situation of Tamils in the north and east of Sri Lanka. Moving on to our top story, it appears there is no respite for the parents who are engaged in a standoff between the private school management over fees row. The final report of the Justice Govindarajan committee that was appointed to look into the issue of excess collection of fee by schools is yet to submit its report, leaving parents angry and agitated. Shabir Ahmed reports.
As tension is still simmering between parents and school authorities, it appears to be a tightrope walk for this man, Justice Govindarajan, who's in the hot seat, handling complaints pouring in from parents. The range of the complaints as vast as the fees some private schools are charging. The government, it seems, now wants to slow down the process to reduce fees. Justice Govindarajan was summoned by the Chief Minister, perhaps to convey the same.
We don't want a mistake because this order will continue for 3 years. So we have to do it properly. We don't want to hastily do it.
This committee, constituted 6 months ago, was a ray of hope for many parents. But it seems it has failed to resolve the crisis. The delay in the process is seen as an indication that the government has developed cold feet.
In spite of the things they are going ahead with their own programs, they have to watch each school with some government officials or whatever it is.
பழைய பீஸே தான் வாங்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இன்னும் அது அமலுக்கு வரல அப்படினு சொல்லி அதே அமௌண்ட் தான் வாங்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அது எப்போ வரும் நாங்க எதிர்பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம்.
கமிட்டி போட்டது சும்மா ஒரு இது ஐ வாஷ். It is just an eye wash just to please the public that they are taking some interest. They are the first looter.
After an aggressive start to regulate fees in private schools, the last thing parents hope is whether the government manages to indeed make private education a wee bit cheaper. In Chennai, with Shabir Ahmed, Pratiksha Ramkumar for NDTV Hindu.
Well, Justice Govindarajan himself joined us earlier and told us what they are planning to do now that the confusion still prevails at the ground level and the standoff between parents and teachers continue.
If the school are not following the fee structure, the Act says that the complaint should be given to the committee, and if the complaint is received, we will have an inquiry through CEOs, and CEOs will send the report. On that basis, we will take action. Similarly, so far we have received more than 100 complaints, and we sent to the CEOs. So far, 21 reports have received by the committee, and out of that 18 is they have held that not proved. Only 13. 8 schools they have sent the report as proved. So we committee decided to take action against those schools and forwarded that report to the concerned director to take further action in accordance with law. Because this process is we have to do it very carefully, because this order will final order and it will continue for 3 years. So that has to be done very carefully. So we are doing it with the help of auditors.
Well, on to the other big story. A crackdown on engineering colleges brought out fake mark sheets one after the other. Within a few days, the police claim that they are now closing in on almost all the people involved. Confidential sources have told Ndtv-Hindu that the huge fake mark sheet scam is soon to be investigated completely. A city court granted 3 days police custody to Ekambaram, the second accused in this case. Police sources say that both the accused who have been arrested so far had pointed fingers at the same offenders. Sources hinted that the case would be closed with the arrest of 2 more accused involved in the case. Meanwhile, the court has directed the Central Crime Branch to produce Ekambaram on Wednesday.
See, that investigation is still not yet completed. There's 2 phases. One is that accused have been arrested, 2 of them, and inquiry is going on to explore the possibility of who are other accused. Then, so far as students and parents are concerned, 30 of them have been, examined, 15 students, 15 parents. And on the basis of the report or given by the students and parents, plus the accused, then opinion will be formed who are the other accused and what are the modus operandi, so how to go about further. So to wait till this examination is complete.
Our crime reporter Salim joins us with the details on the facts that are emerging out of the investigation by the Central Crime Branch.
It comes as a shock for the thousands of people who are at the counseling centers even now, and the entire state of Tamil Nadu, because shockingly confidential sources has told Ndtv-Hindu that the case will come to an end soon. The reason, the police have arrested 2 accused so far in this case. Both are government employees. Now the first accused, Thiruvengadam, in this case was taken into police custody. He was interrogated by the police for 5 days. During interrogation, Thiruvengadam pointed his finger at 2 people, and now the police have taken the second accused in this case, Ekambaram, under their custody.
In some other news, the Andhra Pradesh State Human Rights Commission has ordered Andhra Pradesh Police to give protection to Chennai-based Sujata, the wife of slain Maoist leader Sanjay Rajamouli. Sujata had sought the intervention of the Madras High Court and the State Human Rights Commission earlier, and she had claimed that the Special Intelligence Bureau of the Andhra Pradesh Police had been trailing her in Chennai and she was fearing for her life. She's been living in Chennai for over 3 years now, and Madras High Court had ordered the Andhra Police to stop trailing her. Now, the Metropolitan Transport Corporation might take pride for the flashy range of buses it has introduced for its commuters. But when it comes to safety, it's a far cry from the required standards. Jumping signals, violating stop lanes are some of the regular offences committed by the drivers. Our reporter Lokpriya went around the city and found the violations are committed even when the traffic is not at its peak.
It's 1 p.m., a time when traffic is not quite at its peak. This is the Coimbatore junction. The signal light is showing red. While humble commuters stop as goes the traffic rule, look at these MTC buses driving past. It seems that their dictionary of traffic rules says jump a signal when it shows red. Ask them why they flout rules. The answer is shocking.
டைமிங் எங்களுக்கு சரியாக பத்தாததுனால தான் வந்து நாங்கள் கொஞ்சம் அந்த சிக்னல்லாம் அவாய்ட் பண்ணாத சிக்னலை கொஞ்சம் மீறி போயிட்டு இருக்கோம் டைமிங் பத்தாததுனால.
Being a public carrier, these buses need to set a precedent for safe driving. A recent survey reveals that there have been 1,521 traffic violations by MTC drivers in the last 6 months. Traffic cops say they are vexed of sending weekly summons to the drivers.
Yeah, against MTC buses, we have booked last month alone. We have booked about 300 and odd cases, and we are taking up the matter with the concerned authorities, and we are also giving training for the drivers.
The common man on the road is fuming.
Public வந்து violate பண்ணாங்கன்னா rules வந்து போலீஸ் வந்து ஸ்ட்ரிக்டாக இருக்காங்க. ஆனால் அதே இது பஸ் வந்து ட்ரெஸ்பாஸ் பண்ணாங்களோ அதாவது ஸ்டாப் லைனை தாண்டி நிப்பாட்டினா அவங்கள வந்து கேள்வி கேட்கறதில்ல. அவங்கள்ட்ட ரொம்ப லிபரலாக இருக்காங்க. அதனால் இன்னும் ஸ்ட்ரிக்டாகலாம் அவங்கள்ட்ட.
The MTC officials did not want to comment on camera. However, when questioned, they said repeat offenders are put through a training program and in some extreme cases, disciplinary action has also been initiated. There is an urgent need to sensitize these drivers on the basic traffic rules. Inadequate training for these drivers seems to be the root cause for these traffic violations. If safety is considered important, the MTC should evolve a safety driving squad to keep these drivers under a check. In Chennai, Lokpriya, Ndtv-Hindu.
Every day, the garbage collected from various spots in Chennai reaches one common point, the Perungudi dump yard. But once it goes there, whose garbage is it? The Chennai corporations or the people living in the area? The people living in the area are crying foul. They don't want the stench of the garbage, but they also don't want the city corporation to go ahead with its new waste management project. Minal Shah tries to unravel the mystery behind this garbage problem.
The key to a garbage-free Chennai is what officials call Integrated Solid Waste Management Program. The promise is all the green words: eco-bricks, segregation of garbage, recycling of waste, non-biodegradable plastic waste which can be converted to be used in a cement factory which will then create natural manure. The Chennai Corporation says it will provide the raw material, which is garbage, and in turn rebuild a park of 95 acres of land.
This whole area we are going to landscape, whichever already we do biomining and landscape the area. So the value, the quality of life for them will improve here. It will take some 18 months for it to complete. After that, no new garbage will come. So that definitely it will not get deteriorated further.
The cleaning up of garbage in Perungudi has been a long-standing complaint of its residents. However, they are unhappy with the project as it goes against their moot point. They don't want a dump yard at all.
It's unfair to continue this under the guise of it being a waste management plant, and they're promising parks there. And who will want a park right next to a dumping yard?
Environmentalists claim that this project will not solve the problem, as the first step is burning of garbage. The other concern, of course, rag pickers will lose their livelihood.
What you see behind me is 95 lakh tons of garbage, and it is growing every day. The Chennai Corporation is doing its bit to ensure a garbage-free Chennai. But will this initiative take off, or will it be just another project written off on paper? That's something only time will tell. In Chennai, Minal Shah, NDTV-Hindu.
On to some national news now. In a shot in the arm for the CBI, former Deputy Superintendent of Police N.K. Amin, an accused in the Shorabuddin encounter case, has filed an application to become an approver in the case. Amin, who is in jail, was Assistant Commissioner of Police City Crime Branch before being arrested in 2007 based on the statement of a witness involved in the operation of kidnapping Shorabuddin and his wife Kasor B. Turning approver could be a major breakthrough for the CBI, as he could be an eyewitness in both the encounter cases. The CBI also plans to question Amit Shah in jail and is moving an application seeking permission to question him. The CBI charge sheet has details of audio recording by N.K. Amin as evidence of how the minister had ordered former Gujarat DGP Vanzara to kill Kasor B. Amin had reportedly said that while in jail, he had a long talk with roommate and co-accused Inspector N.V. Chauhan, and the recorded conversation revealed that while Shorabuddin and his wife were in illegal custody of ATS, Vanzara was in constant touch over telephone with Amit Shah, who was continuously seeking instructions. The recordings also revealed that the instructions of killing Kasor B were given by Amit Shah. Meanwhile, Amit Shah's bail application has been filed and the court has postponed the hearing till August 2nd. The lawyers say they are not opposed to this interrogation, but they need to see the copy of the CBI charge sheet first.
CBI applied for interrogation in judicial custody, and our contention was that he can be interrogated in judicial custody, but before filing of the charge sheet, he should not be interrogated. Therefore, copy of the charge sheet should be supplied, and accordingly, I think now the orders will be passed. Let us see. CBI has also consented that they will supply the charge sheet.
Well, time for a short break, but on the other side, are pro-Tamil protesters going too far with their protests?